Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your guy CJ, back with another video, back with another episode of the CJ Wilkins YouTube channel. I want to make a video today about the importance of utilizing the time that you have and really understanding the concept of time as it pertains to your life, right? I remember when I was young, man, I don't know how old I was. I had to have been like early middle school, so maybe like 11, 12 or something. And I would spend the summers out with my granddad. Like he would go work on the farm in the summers, and he'd get up real early, man. He'd get up real early. Like we'll go out to the farms, man. Like he'll wake up at like 3:30 in the morning, man, and we'll get ready and cook breakfast and everything, and like he'll get us nice and fed so we can go like work, But like we'll be out there to the barn, man, around 5:30 maybe 6, like some days. But I remember like one day, man, me and my grandfather was out riding. We was riding the country roads, like the little back roads, out in the country back in the South, And it used to be this really big cemetery, man, on the way to like one of these barns. Really big cemetery, man. Like it looked abandoned. I ain't gonna hold you. Like it looked abandoned. And my grandfather was always kind of like real brief, soft-spoken, man. Didn't really say too much. He was someone who didn't really talk, man. Like he spoke, you know what I'm saying? Like anytime like he opened his mouth, there was gonna be something of value coming out. He ain't just talk the way his words. When like he would say something, it'll be when he had something important to say, you know what I mean? Very well collected in his thoughts, So we really didn't do a lot of talking, man. Like besides like this is what the agenda is, this is what we're gonna do today when we get here to this barn, things like that, Never really gave me too much like personal dialogue, so to speak. But one morning we drive past the cemetery, man, and like he pulled over in the entryway to it. Like it was a little gravel like entry into the cemetery, man. And like he cut the engine off, and like he'll wear these little visors and stuff like that, these little shades, And like he said, Chris, I gotta tell you something, man. We not gonna be here for a long time. I ain't know what the hell you talking about, I'm 10 or 11, maybe 12, and I'm looking at them like, he's not gonna be here a long time. So I'm thinking, hell yeah, this is gonna be a short work day. I'll be able to get in, get out, go back home and play like Nintendo 64. I'm thinking it's gonna be a short work day. But like he was like he was talking about the cemetery, and like he was saying, he said, man, like when you look out here at the cemetery, it's some of anyone you could think of that is actually resting in this place. Athletes, entertainers, writers, authors, and he said it just like this, like real people that really could have been something, but they didn't become that because they settled. They didn't bet on themselves, so to speak. And I'm paraphrasing like the message, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he was saying like, it's creators and inventors and people who should have really made an impact in this world, Because the average person, man, like just, they grow up, they have kids, they may get married, may not get married, go to work for like 40, 50 years, and they die. That's their life. They're born, they procreate, they work for somebody else, they pay their bills every month, they go out every once in a while, and they die. And if that's your life, I'm not dissing you. I'm not throwing shade or disrespecting you at all. Like, if that's, some people are okay with that type of existence. But what he was saying was, and I get to the point here, like I know I'm rambling a little bit. What he was saying was, in the graveyard is like this is the most, there's so much untapped potential, so much talent that wasn't acted upon within the cemetery. And the reason why that those like gifts and those talents they weren't acted upon is simply because people settled. People did not bet on themselves. They did not take the opportunities that they had to be great and actually do something with it. These people were, I'm going through a parking garage right now, just getting to the office, so forgive me for the darkness right here. But yeah, people are born with these gifts, man, and these talents and these skill sets that are unique to them, and they don't act on them. They don't like nurture these things. They don't pour water into the garden of who God created them to be, and as a result, they just they coast through life. You know what I mean? They're buried in their late 70s, but they really died in their mid 20s. Because that's when they stopped stretching. That's when they stopped growing. That's when they stopped, trying to become the best version of themselves. So if you're watching this video and you're still like tuned in right now, if you're someone who really watches my content in general, you're probably not that type of person. You're probably, more than not, you're probably someone who is driven, someone who is ambitious, someone who wants a lot out of life, someone who has like a roadmap, so to speak, for like where they want to go and how they want to go about getting there. So this story of not being that may not even apply to you. It may not be applicable to who you are and where you're going. But I do want to tell you guys, man, it is of the utmost importance to, at some point in your life, man, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a choice to bet on yourself or not bet on yourself, right? Either way, I don't think it makes you a bad person or you're not less than, regardless of what side you take. But I will tell you, there is a level of fulfillment that comes with betting on yourself. And even if you aren't successful right away, even if you have to like fall a few times, it's far more admirable and it's far more, I would say, satisfying to actually take the opportunity to do something and go leave your mark on this world. Because the world that exists within mediocrity and quote unquote safe, and there's no such thing as like job security or, quote unquote safety. You know what I mean? That's an illusion, that like systems, create, and for a reason, for a good reason. But you gotta take a swing in life, man. You can't just stand at the plate your whole life and watch the pitches go by. You need to, at some point, you need to make it up in your head, I'm gonna take a swing at this thing. And how long you take a swing at it, whether you're successful or not, you can always go back to mediocre. You can always go back to that marginal, routine, mundane, day in, day out life. And when I say that, I'm not solely talking about a 9-to-5 life for people who think I'm talking about just going to a job, but that's part of it. Just people who live small, and I understand that there's factors that contribute to that. This is not the best economy for people. Inflation and things like that, affects people financially, which affects people anxiety and, mental health and things like that. So I totally get it. But the things you can control, the things you are able to control, is most definitely how you address the world and how you put yourself out there in life. And you have to do it. Because when it's all said and done and we're all in that cemetery, and we're all going to be in that cemetery. Anybody watching this video right now, 100 years from now, you will not be here in the physical. But while you're here, try to do something, man, to where when you leave this realm of the when you leave this realm of existence, you can say, man, I really, I really tried. I really did what I was supposed to do. And even if you don't accomplish it all the way, there's so much honor in making the attempt. Don't make yourself invisible. Don't make yourself small. Don't feel like it's too late for me. Don't feel like I wasn't created to do anything or be anything great, because that's a lie. You were created to do great things, and if you are a religious person, you understand you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Say that to yourself. Get into the habit of telling yourself, I can do great things and great things are within me. You got a goal, you got a vision, you got a plan, something that you want to do. Write it down and be crystal clear about what you want to do. You at a job you hate. Create an exit strategy. You're in a marriage or a relationship that's not beneficial to you. Plan your exit. You know, have a conversation, try to work it out. If it don't work out, if you're at your breaking point, you got to find a way to exit, because life does get better. But you have to be there for your life to get better, and you have to do the work for your life to get better. It doesn't get better just by itself. You know, faith without works is dead. I'm not gonna get into a sermon today, but I want y'all to really, really give what I'm saying some thought. Let me know if there's anything that I missed or could have added on. This is a topic I can actually talk about in much further detail. But the general thing about this video I want y'all to get, man, is don't leave this planet not contributing anything, man. Don't have a grave site 100 years from now, 80 years from now, 60 years from now, 20 years from now that just has a name and a date. Have something in this world that when you're no longer here, it speaks for you. And if that's children for you, if that's grandchildren for you, hey, that's a beautiful thing, because life is a precious thing. But create something, man. Build something. Start something. All right. If you got an idea for something you want to build, start, or create, drop it in the comments below, and let's start a conversation on this. As always, I'm your guy CJ. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.